Hello, my beautiful souls. It is Lilah here. Or for those of you that haven't known about my name change, I was Lisa, then Lisa Jane, and now Lilah. And each of those names really has reflected my whole journey from maiden mother crone as I step into my crone years and my children are flying the nest. So as part of a deep spiritual initiation over the last 3 years, really, I was offered the name Lilah. So this is Lilah. This is my channel. I am a healer and I am a cosmic seer. If you have not watched any of my videos, please do browse, hit the notification and subscription button, and yes, share if you enjoy them. What are we talking about today? Today is the big reveal. It is the 2023 energy update and spiritual insights from my guides and my soul's wisdom. I do not edit any of these videos because it's best for me just to connect with the energy and offer it. Of course, I meditate beforehand. I write lots of notes, and then I decide what it is that I feel called to share. Firstly, what I want to say is, please stay to the end. There was a beautiful prayer, blessing that came in and really wraps up this whole reading, which I hope you will stay and listen to, even if you have to play back at faster speed to get through what it is I have to share. I am hoping that what I share today really consolidates a lot of the things I've been sharing since 2018 when I started this channel. So what I will be doing is I will be putting up links here as I move through the video. I'm going to do that afterwards. But they will be prompts to things you might not have listened to before. It may be additional information that may help you understand what I'm going to share. So please follow those prompts and just dig around a bit more in my content. I want you to feel like I'm speaking to you. I want you to feel like you are sitting on the other side of this desk, and I want you to know that your comments are welcome, your questions are welcome. We are moving through very, very challenging times. So, what is the main theme? The main theme for 2023 and possibly the next couple of years is all about spiritual liberation. It is the era of the soul. And we're going to talk a bit more about that. I'm going to give you the themes so you get an understanding, and then I'll go into each one of them. So the first theme is, of course, soul, spiritual liberation. The second one, I'm going to talk more about the energetic collapse, but as that is now being reflected in the material world. The third theme is the crisis of faith and our current state of spiritual poverty. The fourth is really more information around the mental plane, how that whole field is collapsing and how it is causing much distress for many people. The fifth, and a very important one, is all about homeostasis and how we hold homeostasis in this changing environment. And then last but not least, there's themes of honoring self above all else and a return to the way of the heart. So let's get stuck into the material. Firstly, I wanted to say that I'm deeply grateful for all of the clients I have seen throughout my years of healing practice. I so welcome your feedback. I am so grateful and honored to work with all of you, whether you're on this channel or whether you're clients I've seen. So, as the last day of 2022, I say thank you to all those beautiful souls that I connect with on a daily, monthly, or ad hoc basis. So let's get into the spiritual liberation, this crisis of faith. There has been much that is happening in the spiritual realm and in the field of spirituality. I have been vocal at times about the spiritual ego and the spiritual hijacking for those that follow my channel, and it has come to a place where that's now out of control. So our only path really is to understand what it is that will enable your own spiritual liberation. How do you connect with that aspect that is multidimensional? How do you connect with the soul? Because the way forward is going to be navigated best if you can connect into your heart center, and if you offer yourself time for a deepened spiritual practice, which is one mostly dedicated to solitude, dedicated to self-contemplation, dedicated to understanding who you are above the physical, mental, emotional. The energetic collapse that has happened or has been happening for many years now started really in 2012. I experienced my own spiritual awakening then. It's how I found myself to be in this path as a healer. And I feel many now, 10 years later, are stepping into their own path of spiritual liberation. And you can call it whatever you like. You can call it a crisis of faith. You can call it the dark night of the soul. You can call it a crisis of identity. In other words, who am I really? But many are opening and waking up to that path. So if you haven't already committed to a spiritual practice, a practice of honoring self, then please do so. What I wanted to say before I step into anything else is that there is this turning of the tide that is coming. Mid-March to end March has been shown to me as this amazing portal of light. I feel it's a doorway. I feel it's going to offer an opportunity for many, but there will also be many that are attached to the old ways, that are going to be struggling, that are going to need support, that are going to need help and tools to understand what is going on with them. Because of our way of being obsessed with the mental realm, thoughts, intention setting from the mind, this chattering, this engagement, this questioning, we have become locked into the mental plane. A bit like puppets on a string, right? Or those toy machines that you see at fairs where you have that clawed hand that comes and picks you up. Many are picked up by this. Many are attached to a false way, a false reality where the mind rules everything. And that is not the case. The soul drives your life. And if you can connect into the soul, you will receive the information and insights you need. So as this energetic matrix, and if I describe it a bit like a holding field that we are all connected into. Yes, it can be seen to be webs, but if you think of the Matrix movie, it's just these light waves. Part of that has been created by our way of being, our way of thinking over the last thousands of years. It is continually created by your own way of showing up, your behavior, your thoughts, your actions. But this old framework, if you like, where things were driven by the mind, the mental state, the pushing, the reaching out, the grabbing, is totally falling away. And so one of the messages I receive from our guides is, it's not about reaching out anymore. It's about opening your heart to receive. Because we are all conduits of a life force, whatever you give name to. We have used the word love so unconsciously, and yet love is the life force. Love is the force along which the cosmic creative wisdom can show herself. We see it in nature when nature is untouched. There's a homeostasis, there's a harmony, there's a coherence. We are being asked to realize and feel into that. So the collapse of the energetic structures, and watch those videos that are going to come along and browse my channel, is now going to be matched by a collapse in the material world. I don't want you to feel this in a fearful way. It's the material structures, the financial, the education, the way we engage, the relationships, the codependent fields, the rescuer archetypes. all of those ways, energetic ways of engaging that are not conducive to being one in the heart center and to be open are going to collapse. So we're going to see new types of schooling arrive. We're going to see new types of financial institutions pop up. We're going to see more collaboration, more communities. But it may well mean that your own material things change. You might change house. You might change countries. You might change relationships, jobs. Anything that is in form that no longer serves you. And if you are on a path of spiritual awakening and the desire to walk from the soul, they will change. Do not be afraid of that. It's a natural process of this unfolding. And so in March, this window opens. It's like a relief, right? It's like, suddenly I feel a lightness that many of us have not been experiencing. It's been a hard year for many, many people. 2020 and 2021 were that changing point. It had been changing before that, but it was like, here it came and there was no turning back. So 2022 was the fallout year, right? Financially, people have been struggling with relationships, with jobs, everything. It's been a hard push. Now it is not so much about pushing. It's about taking a breath, connecting into that life force in whatever way suits you, speaks to you, and opening your heart by being authentic, by honoring yourself, by honoring your relationships. So I'd love to hear from you in March to see if something happened, but there is this bright, shiny energy that's going to be available, right? Stepping through this doorway. So the third theme, second theme, the crisis of faith is related to the fact that many are engaged so deeply in the mental plane that they haven't even considered they are spirit, that they have a soul, that they are energetic beings. And so we are moving into an era where energetic health, the understanding of energy, is going to become more spoken about. I was watching something, an advert for one of Mel Robbins' podcasts the other day, and she was talking energy. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Energy is now coming out into the forefront. And because I see, feel, and read energy, I'm so happy to hear this, because our energy is extremely important. In fact, the energetic health you have drives everything else, which is what led to me creating another website under my lilahwolpert.com that is about energetic health, that is going to focus on energetic health, especially for those suffering from mental illness. So energetic health, holistic health, as in look at your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. Everything is going to be important moving forward. So when you're setting your New Year intentions, perhaps think about physical, emotional, mental, and put spiritual health there, soul health, spirit health, energy health, however you want to call it. You, the life force, your unique blueprint. Consider that in your New Year's intentions, because we are moving, like I said, into spiritual liberation, sovereignty of the soul, and to become kings and queens of our own kingdom. So, the result of the mental plane collapsing means that there are going to be much more mental illness issues, much more depression, much more anxiety. But if we can see it that is, and no disrespect to all those suffering, I have experience of it with my family members. But it's more a virus. It's more like a programming switch. And so coming back into self through things like mindfulness, meditation, walking in nature. Nature is huge, and I've said this for a while, are going to be important steps going forward. So let's now talk about something that for me is really, really critical. That is about becoming the lighthouse and not the rescue boat. A couple of years back, maybe I'll put the link there, I created a video about the collapse of the rescuer archetype. It is just a structure that is falling away that many people have been engaging with. But if you continue to engage in that way, you are going to feel exhausted and drained. So this lighthouse concept is what I would like you to consider. The more light we hold is related to how much of our life force we hold within us. It's related to not giving away that energy to other people. So when you do an act of self-care, such as make a decision to drop a habit or drop a relationship in which you're being pulled away from your center, you make that energy available, you release that energy, and you can bring it back in, and it increases your light quotient. Because this house is a light bulb, it is a lighthouse, it is light vibration energy. And so if your natural vibration as your unique blueprint is 10,000 volts and you're giving 8,000 of those away, you're only going to have 2,000 to tick on. How can you possibly bring in the life you wish for if you're acting on limited capacity? So when we release those things that drain us, that no longer serve us, that make us feel empty, we pull in that energy, we release it to be activated as energy for ourselves. This is not a selfish thing, people. I'm not asking you to be selfish or narcissistic. I'm asking you to imagine that you are a lighthouse. Spiritual liberation is about honoring self from an energetic point of view. And I'm not saying I have done this well all my life. The majority of my life I was giving my energy away. And now it's only in my mid-50s that I'm realizing that actually in this work of mine as being in service as a healer, I am much more efficient if I connect into my own soul, if I offer myself time to do that, and if I look at what is happening with my energy when I'm giving out. For me, I hold on, right? And that is related obviously to my children especially, and to the way I engaged as a child in a very difficult household. So because peace is my natural vibration, I held on. I reduced conflict. I shut my voice down so as not to stir up the emotions. So that holding on, that creating this peaceful field in which my soul felt comfortable, was energetically depleting. Now I'm coming back and having to let go of those things, and my beautiful children are now young adults and leaving the home. I have been asked to, by my guides, by my teachers, by my soul, to let go. It has been difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, but the letting go enables you to find more homeostasis, enables you to come back to your soul, your heart, and enables you to look up into that beautiful heavenly sky, connect in with the sun, with source, with Mother, Father, God, and bring in more life force and shine more light. So I would like you to consider that going forward. Right, I'm almost finished. So the way of the heart, and you know me, I've spoken about the heart many, many times. This field is beginning to grow and expand, and it will encompass all we are. When we get to a place of that, nothing will be the same again. Our way of engaging, our way of interacting, our way of being is going to be a singular point of conscious awareness in union with self and with others. So the way of the heart, the spiritual heart, is the seat of the soul. It's the center of your energetic universe, and it requires your attention. I have many videos on my channel talking about how you can connect with that, so please take a look. So I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. But I don't think so. I think I've said everything. So, yes, March. It is a new operating system. So like computer upgrades, right? We're moving from Microsoft to Oracle. Oh, no, I shouldn't say Oracle. SAP, whatever it is. a new operating system, a new human operating system, a divine operating system. So have you done your upgrades? Have you listened to what it is you needed to do healing on? You've still got time. It's not just March is going to come and go and then you will have missed the opportunity. But the upgrades that have happened over the last 2, 3, 4 years are imperative in order to be ready for this new operating system, which is a new energetic imprint based on the heart field, the soul, and our connection to Source, Mother, Father, God. So in order to finish, I want to read you a prayer or blessing, and I'm using a new mic, so I'm hoping my papers aren't making too much noise. That was given to me, that relates to the Great Mother, because the Great Mother is an energy I have been working with a lot over the past weeks and months. The Garden of Eden template, the divine template. So this is from me, from the guides. It is a prayer that you can recite that may help you with the changes, that may help you move in through and into the doorway, because there is the Great Mother, and nothing but love will survive this journey. Only love is real, and love is your life force. So here's the prayer, or blessing, however you want to take it. I release all that no longer serves me, and I now break free from the limitations or perceived limitations created by my ego. I ask for help from my teachers and guides in the unseen realms, and I especially ask for the Great Mother, for her to illuminate my heart with self-love, self-acceptance, and the light that is my soul journey. Reveal to me that light. These are the things I ask and pray for, and so it is. And from the Great Mother herself, to end off this energy update, which I hope you found useful, is rest in me, for there you will find yourself. With that, I wish you so much love. Please subscribe, follow all my social media. 2023 for me is a year of action. I'm going to be doing a lot, offering a lot, talking more. And if you feel like you would like to engage with me, please do, or book a private session to hear more about what 2023 may bring for you and how you can liberate your soul, yourself, and put on that beautiful crown and be a sovereign being. Take care. From love deep within my heart to you. Bye.